Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Acara kami menyediakan banyak bahasa. Silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/schedule.
UNESCO announced that the 12 Kaesong sites embodied the political, cultural, philosophical, and spiritual values of a crucial era in the region's history. Memoirs of Goryeo, Historic Monuments in Kaesong, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan? Only people who are really religious choose it.
At the start of the day in the picturesque Republic of Khakassia, citizens commonly greet each other with Dobre Utra, or good morning. I'm Sergey. The warm-hearted Khakas people pray that everyone may soon cherish all animal people and adopt a peaceful vegan diet. Welcome to part 2 of a two-part series entitled Memoirs of Goryeo, Historic Monuments in Kaesong. Let's now visit cultural and historical sites in Kaesong, which is in the northern part of Korea. Kaesong prospered for 500 years as the capital of Goryeo, the unified Korean peninsula of 918, named after the founding Goryeo dynasty. The city sits in a basin enclosed by 4 mountains, including Sungaksan in the north. 2 rivers, the Kaesong River and the Imjin River, surround Kaesong and serve as a transportation hub. Kaesong is considered one of the best places on the Korean peninsula in terms of feng shui, as the harmony of mountains, rivers, and fields produces an abundance of grains. In 2013, the historic monuments and sites in Kaesong were listed as a United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Historic monuments and sites in Kaesong Democratic People's Republic of Korea adopted.
The World Heritage Site encompasses the palace, the tomb complex, defensive walls, gates, astronomical and meteorological observatory, 2 schools, including one dedicated to educating national officials, and the commemorative steles. These important cultural monuments are a testament to the Goryeo dynasty, which ruled Korea from 918 to 1392, and to the transition from Buddhism to Neo-Confucianism in East Asia. UNESCO announced that the 12 Kaesong sites embodied the political, cultural, philosophical, and spiritual values of a crucial era in the region's history. Goryeo made Buddhism the state religion and cultivated spirituality, but politically adopted Confucianism as the principle of governing the country. In this way, Buddhism and Confucianism developed together, and this integration is evident in Kaesong's historic monuments.
개성에는 고려의 왕통인 만월대를 비롯한 개성성, 고려 성균관, 공민왕릉을 비롯한 많은 유적들이 지금 보존되어 오고 있습니다. 이러한 귀중한 문화유적들은 우리 민족의 자랑이며 또 우리 민족의 유구한 역사를 보여주는 귀중한 이런 문화유산으로 되고 있습니다. 또한 이러한 유적들은 천년이 넘는 오랜 기간에도 원상대로 보존되어 있는 걸로 해서 오늘 세계적으로 자랑할 만한 이런 유적으로 널리 알려지고 있습니다.
Now let's take a look at each of the 12 historic monuments and sites in Kaesong that make up the UNESCO World Heritage listing. First is Kaesong Namdaemun, which was constructed between 1391 and 1393 and is located in the heart of downtown Kaesong. Kaesong Namdaemun is a famous landmark, and the structure features a stone base topped by a wooden pavilion. The signboard was written by Han Sokban, a famous local calligrapher and writer. The city was originally surrounded by the Kaesong city walls with a circumference of about 23 kilometers or 14 miles. The quadruple walled Kaesong defense system consisted of the outer wall, inner wall, palace wall, and the Palochum wall. Namdaemun is the only remaining southern gate among the 7 gates in the inner wall. Aside from its role as a gateway controlling the movements of people in and out of Kaesong, it also served as a clock. This is because the gate Namdaemun houses the 14-ton Yeonbuk bell, the bell of the Yeongbuksa temple, which was cast in 1346. The bell was sounded at different hours to ring out the time.
Vegan. Imagine living in a world where the dictionary has no word bully, no word murder, no unkind words whatsoever.
Let's pause to appreciate the craftsmanship evident in the historic monuments of Kaesong. We'll return after some constructive messages and resume our tour here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Memoirs of Goryeo, Historic Monuments in Kaesong, Part 2 of 2. Next, we explore the site of the Goryeo Palace, Manwolde. Manwolde was built at the birthplace of Thiêng, the first king of Goryeo. Goryeo Palace is located at the southern foot of Sungaksan Mountain. This palace was destroyed by fire in the 14th century, and only the castle walls, some of the stairs, and the palace grounds remain.
총 면적은 궁성만 해도 약 39만 평방미터에 달합니다. 여기에 전시된 사진 자료들이 2차 발굴 때 찍은 사진들을 전시한 것입니다. 여기서 보시는 이 사진들을 보게 되면 이 발굴한 후 그 발굴 상태를 찍은 사진들인데,
만월대의 특징은 앞부분에 축대를 높이 쌓고 그 위에 경사민을 따라 건물들을 계단식으로 배치함으로써 여러 개의 건물들이 하나의 건축군을 이루면서도 건물들의 모습이 층층으로 나타나 웅장하게 돋보이도록 한 것입니다.
The southern and northern parts of Korea jointly examined the remains of Manwolde 8 times over a period of 14 years from 2007 to 2018. They discovered about 17,900 artifacts, including 1 metal movable type and various kinds of Goryeo celadon tiles and ceramics. THUYjon Hall, the central building of Manwolde, was a 2-story building measuring 43 meters or 141 feet wide and 23 meters or 75 feet long. The scale of the palace was grand, requiring a total of 5 huge gates to pass through the palace to THUYjon. The Goryeo Palace second-floor tiles were raised with jade-colored Goryeo celadon and were decorated with beautifully carved stones, copper flowers, red pillars, and splendid colors. The surveyed contents of Manwolde can be viewed online through the digital archives of the South-North Joint Excavation. Situated west of Manwulde is the Kaesong Tomsumde Observatory. It served as an astronomy observatory in the Goryeo era. Built in the early 10th century, it is regarded as one of the oldest astronomical observatories in the world. The book Kaesong describes the structure.
첨성대는 만월대 서쪽에 있다. 돌 기둥으로 된 방형의 망루 모양인데 너비가 7척이고 높이는 8척이다. 옛적에 그 위에 천상을 관측하는 기계가 설치되어 있었는데 지금은 담쟁이가 무성하고 고색창창하다.
It was originally estimated to have 3 or more stories, but now 5 stone pillars and 1 stone plate remain. Goryeo Sungkungwan Confucian Academy was a highly regarded educational institution established during the Goryeo and Joseon dynasties. There they trained government officials in Confucian literacy. In 958, Goryeo introduced a system for selecting officials whereby candidates had to pass an examination. The examination for bureaucrats had 3 fields: a department of literature, a department of general affairs for recruiting technicians, and a department of monks. The introduction of the examination meant that not only the nobles, but also all talented civilians could take the national exam and qualify to become bureaucrats or high-ranking priests. Goryeo Sungkungwan Confucian Academy consists of the Taesong Hall, Myeonggun Hall, and 20 other buildings, including one of the largest wooden buildings to still exist in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
고려 성균관에서는 한 과목의 학습이 끝난 다음에는 반드시 시험을 치곤 했는데 시험을 쳐서 통과된 학생만이 다음 과목 학습회로 넘어갈 수 있었고 이 시기에는 유교 경전과 함께 국가 관례학, 수학, 법학을 비롯한 전문 지식들도 가르쳤습니다.
Currently, Goryeo Sungkungwan is used as the Goryeo Museum. The Sunjuk Bridge, Sungyung Academy, and Pucheong monuments are sites historically related to Jungmung-ju, a respected Confucian scholar of Goryeo. Sunjuk Bridge and Pucheong monuments are special landmarks commemorating Jungmung-ju's loyalty to the Goryeo dynasty. And Sungyung Sowan is a private Confucian academy on the site of the former residence of Jungmung-ju. The remaining historical relics are the ancient tombs. The largest tomb is the mausoleum of King Wangkong, the tomb of the first king and his queen. Nearby is the mausoleum of King Gunmin, the tomb of King Gunmin and his queen. Next is the Myeonglum cluster, which includes the tomb of King Cheongmuk and 2 royal tombs of unknown kings. Lastly, we have the 7 tombs cluster, where 7 royal tombs of unknown nobles are gathered. It was a joy learning the historical heritage of Kaesong, the capital of Goryeo. May the glory of the Golden Age return to this historic city as we follow the wise teachings of the enlightened masters, and may peace prevail on the Korean peninsula and throughout the world.
Veganism is not about giving anything up or losing anything. It is about gaining the peace within yourself that comes from embracing nonviolence and refusing to participate in the exploitation of the vulnerable. Dr. Gary L. Francioni, vegan.
Cherished viewers, thank you for your gracious presence today. We pray that all nations will unite in harmony and respect in Buddha's blessings.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule. and suprememastertv.com/WAU.